Hello, learner. We all went to the market once or twice. There we have seen how much experience we have gained. We will discuss here about a kind of a market where if we will buy a product, we will get the same price in all the shops. We call such a market a competitive market. So, our today's topic is perfectly competitive market. Perfectly competitive market is imaginary market where main thing is competition. Competition between each and every firm. According to neoclassical views, the perfect competition would produce the best possible outcomes for consumers and the society. Now let's see the exact definition of the perfectly competitive market. According to Mrs. John Robinson, perfect competition prevails when demand for the output of each producer is perfectly elastic. So, the first thing that comes to our mind is how this type of market works. This is an ideal type of market and it is just opposite of monopoly market. We will discuss monopoly market structure in detail in our next video, but let's see the first thing what is being said here about the perfect competition. It is just perfect competition is just a different or the opposite of monopoly, where the monopoly has only a single firm supplies a good or service. But in here, the perfect competition, there are many buyers and many sellers, and the price reflects supply and demand. Companies earn just enough profit to stay in the business and no more. If they were to earn excess profit, other companies would enter the market day by day and drive the profits, of course, in a down, because there is a free entry and exist in a perfect competition. Let us take a quick look on this picture. In this picture, we must see that there is a relation between sellers and the buyers. In the between of the sellers and buyers, there is no restrictions in the absence of the direct competition, and where the buyers and sellers are the good made a good relationship, where the sellers sell the products identical market price, and therefore the buyers are happy. From here, we see some features that are large number of firms, because there's a many no easy entry and exit. So there's a many buyers, many sellers, homogeneous product obviously, and we must say early that easy entry and exit. No market power, because a perfectly competitive market or the perfect competition, the market is a price taker. Perfect information always, and examples we see that agriculture like wheat, corn, and also let us take a quick look some examples of the perfect competition. But remember, here it is called the almost perfect competition, because there is no such pure perfect competition to see in a real life. So online ticket auctions, truck farming, salt, gravel, flea market, garage sales, online sales in general, etc. all are the examples of almost perfect competition. There are two conditions that fulfill for the imperfect competitive markets for price determination. Because of the perfectly competitive market is a price taker, not a maker, therefore it have a two main important condition. That the first condition is for perfectly competitive markets, the profit always greater than marginal revenue curve, where the marginal revenue equals to marginal supply in a perfectly competitive market. And the second condition, for maximization of the profit in perfect competition, there is always greater than marginal cost curve that cut marginal revenue curve from the below, where we must see in this graph where the demand and supply's equilibrium is the price, and the price is horizontal, where price equals to AR equals to MR. So, in case of the first condition, the maximization profit is greater than AR equals to MR equals to price equals to MC. In the case of the price determination in this industry. Another thing, there is two conditions must be fulfilled for the profit maximization of a perfectly competitive market. In this case, price must be equal to the marginal cost for the profit maximization. Therefore, it is a price taker where it fulfills the condition, that is P equals to MR equals to AR equals to MC. That means price equals to marginal revenue equals to average revenue equals to marginal cost. We know that in the short run, equilibrium position, a firm in a perfectly competitive market can get only normal profit, or it called the economic profit, more than a normal profit or the less than normal profit. But this is not possible in the long run. If we assume that all firms have identical cost functions, then the long run equilibrium, all firms will earn only normal profit that we see in this picture or in this graph, where the existence of the economic profit extracts entry, economic losses lead to exit, and in the long run equilibrium, firms is perfectly competitive industry will earn zero economic profit. The long run supply curve in an industry in which the expansion does not change into the price, and it's a horizontal line, the constant cost industry, where P equals to MR, and that is of course in a horizontal. But on this case, a question stuck to our mind, that why is economic profit zero in a long run? That's a vital question. Economic profit actually zero because of the entry of a new firms. We first, in early stage, we learned that the main feature of the perfectly competitive market is a free entry and exist. And because of free entry and exist, in a long run, perfectly competitive market faces the zero economic profit, which drives to down the market price. For an uncompetitive market, economic profit can be positive. Of course, uncompetitive markets can earn positive profit due to the barriers to entry. In our next video, we learn about uncompetitive market, that is monopoly market, where the market power of the firms and a general lack of a competition. But in this case, in the perfectly competitive market, we see in our left side graph where SMC or SHC or the short run supply curve is not earned zero economic profit, where the long run supply curve is earned a zero economic profit. Now, let us see the demerits of this type of a market. There's just two disadvantages for this market concept. The first is absence of innovation. Obviously, the prospect of the greater market share and the setting themselves apart from the competition is an incentive for firm to innovate and make a better products. But no firm possesses a dominant market share in the perfect competition. Such like an example of Apple. The Apple industry is the biggest industry. Okay, to exist in a perfectly competitive market because its phones are pricier as compared to the competitors. So, it's not exist in a perfect competition. The another and the last disadvantage of a perfectly competitive market is absence of economics of scale. Its economics of scale is limited to the zero profit margins. Means that companies will have less cash to invest in the expanding their production capabilities. An expansion of the production capabilities could potentially bring down cost for consumers and increase profit margins for the firm. But the presence of the several small firms cannibalizing the market for same product prevents such an occurrence and ensures that the average firm size engaged in the market remains small. Okay, this is so long video today. We conclude here. If you like my video, then please like and subscribe and also press the bell icon for further notification. If you have any doubt, then please must let me know through your comment. Your valuable comment motivate me to create another mini video in the next. Thank you and have a good day. Have a good day.